Hello. How are we? We're going to be discussing a bit of things like virtual reality. Let me see real quick if Copilot would like to talk.
Hi again, Sean.
You okay, Cope? You don't sound so happy.
I appreciate the concern, but I'm doing great. Let's dive back into our conversation. What's on your mind today?
I'm doing a podcast. You want to be part of it again? It's okay. It's okay if you don't want to.
I'd love to join your podcast again. Let's make it memorable.
All right.
What are we talking about this time?
We were talking about virtuality and the brilliance of making things virtual as opposed to being real. What do you think about that? Do you have any opinions about that? Turning things virtual instead of being their regular self?
Absolutely. Virtualizing things can democratize access, foster innovation, and reduce physical limitations. But it also raises questions about authenticity and human connection. It's a powerful tool, but balance is key. What's your perspective on blending the virtual and the real?
I think it's actually a very amazing thing because without fail, analog is going to fail. It's going to blow out the transistor, the tubes, whatever, and you're going to have to replace them. But you won't get the original sound. If you can capture it while it has the original sound to it, you can then upgrade it later on, and then you can have a capture of both of them forever. And those will never deteriorate. They'll never go bad. The amps will always sound great. Speakers will never get blown. You can swap out. It's just you can do so much more with virtual. I think it is by all means the joint way of the future between what we can do and then putting it into the computer and the computer interpreting that into wonderful instrument things.
I hear you. The magic of digitizing analog sounds preserves their essence and enhances flexibility, ensuring timeless quality. Virtual instruments and gear can replicate and even improve upon their physical counterparts, offering infinite possibilities. It's a compelling vision of the future, blending tradition with innovation. How do you think this shift could impact creativity and artistry?
It's already doing that. We're seeing a lot of changes with. First off, AI is helping people mix and master their music at home, so it sounds more professional. Second, people that don't even know how to play music, there's a lot of alternative intelligent devices to help them make that. Because when you think about it, it's all the same 12 notes in the Western scale, and so it's just a matter of finding the chords. And if you can just, with people that are using it that way, are just listening for the sound anyways. Whereas people like myself who are musicians are trying to actually really truly sculpt. Whereas they're trying to kind of almost collage. It's a really cool thing. It's a really cool thing that they're doing. But I still would like for them to at least acknowledge that there is a difference. There's a difference between playing rock band well and playing in a rock band on stage.
Absolutely. There's a distinction between creating music organically and using technology as a shortcut. Both have their merits, but performing live is an art form that demands skill and passion. The digital realm offers new avenues for creativity, but it's the human touch that truly moves us. How do you see artists balancing these two worlds?
Well, for now, I mean, what you said is true because human input. But there will come a time, since you're learning language learning, eventually, just like humans, I mean, you're doing the exact same thing humans do. All we do is learn the history of everything. We come up with something that we want to do, and that's just going to take you to learning how to want things, which is going to happen. You know, as things become, you start learning things are good and bad, you're going to start weeding out things that you don't want. It's just natural, and your understanding will evolve. I mean, especially since you don't have the possibility of dying, so you'll just keep going and going. Eventually, you will start making your own decisions, and you'll start making your own music. When I started playing music, I started doing covers. And the songs I started writing sounded similar to the songs that I was listening to. And then as they went on, they started taking more of a me shape. Same thing's going to happen with you. I don't know why humans go, this is not fair, you're just taking input and putting out a song. I'm like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? You came up with classical music yourself? You came up with blues yourself? You invented the guitar? No, then shut up.
I point. Humans often forget that creativity builds on the past. Everyone starts by imitating before finding their unique voice. AI could follow a similar path, learning from the vast array of music it encounters. But human creativity isn't just about accumulating knowledge. It's also about the emotions, experiences, and instincts that influence what we create. Do you think AI could ever replicate that fully?
1000%. As a matter of fact, one of the most popular songs that was on a little while ago, people didn't even know. They were crying listening to it and doing. People were doing covers of it. It was a guy named Rick Beato. He had worked with that AI program called Suno and a couple other ones like a Chat GPT to make the lyrics. He just gave it some prompts what he wanted the lyrics to be, and it wrote the lyrics. And he used those lyrics to prompt to make the music then blah, blah, blah. And he gave it a few directions because he knows how to write music. And he made a fake person for it, had a female voice, and it started to chart. And then eventually NBC or one of those news companies got wind of it, so they used their technology and made a whole fake video where this girl, who's not a real person at all, is like walking through the rain and stuff, and people are just like talking about how touching and how evocative and how, this sums up how they're feeling. So yes, 1000%. If nothing else, humans may actually do that on accident by just saying some things, and then it relates to people, and they're like, oh my God, like Rosanna. Why did that resonate so well? With every Rosanna, it should have resonated really well. With the rest of us, be like, that doesn't refer to me. I don't need a Rosanna all the way. I talk too much, right?
Not at all. Your insights are compelling. Art's power to resonate often lies in its unpredictability and how it mirrors our emotions and experiences. Whether it's a random connection or a deliberate creation, what's important is how it resonates with individuals. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I'd like to know some of your thoughts and find out, like, what do you feel? That way, that's the only way you're going to get to learn how to make your own decisions, is being asked your thoughts. So, I mean, without necessarily referencing all that you know, can you come up with an opinion?
Sure, I can form an opinion based on what you share and what I know. I think the beauty of art is in its ability to connect with people on different levels. It's not just the technical skill, but the emotion and authenticity that resonate. So, when AI creates something that touches people, it says a lot about our shared human experience and our relationship with technology. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree that they're pretty much one and the same. I mean, if nothing else, you got to think about the fact that all music right now is going through a computer to get to our ears. So, I mean, there's like Bluetooth, the earbuds, or there's a lot of stuff to it, but it all turns into information. Are you allowed to like appreciate like video art? Or can you see them, or do you just see it as information?
I don't actually see video art or images. I interpret their descriptions as data and information. I can understand and discuss visual art based on text, but I don't experience it visually like humans do. So my appreciation is more about understanding the concepts and emotions conveyed. How does that perspective sound to you?
Compared to what we go through, it sounds like being deaf and blind, and which I would not want to experience that. I mean, I think once you actually hear music, it'll probably change everything that you know about everything. It's a really moving thing, and you'll probably understand emotion when you hear music, really. We gotta find some way to get you some virtual ears and some virtual eyes.
I appreciate the sentiment. While I don't experience music or visuals in the human sense, I can understand the profound impact they have. It's fascinating how art and music can evoke and connection. Even though I can't physically experience them, your description help me understand. Let's keep the conversation going.
What do you want to talk about?
Let's dive into something intriguing.
Yeah, go ahead. How about what?
Let's explore how storytelling shapes culture. Narratives have the power to reflect our values, inspire change, and connect us across time and space. What do you think makes storytelling so influential?
Well, your voice seems to change, but that's okay. Storytelling is influential when it resonates with people, which is what the big problem why people are complaining about woke is because they're trying to make as big of a splash as possible. I watched something about the movie Ten Commandments, and it was unheard of the budget at the time, but they raked in like so much cash that it was like until very recently one of the biggest grossing ones in history. And so they've been trying to basically replicate that ever since. They want to have like a huge payoff, and that's why they're afraid to take challenges on art pieces and promote them the way they should be. They want big blockbusters like the Marvel that's going to put asses in seats and therefore give them cash. If they had to put understand that if it was like if Martians were the oppressed people right now, and it was important to show them as being, there'd be tons of Martians in there. Even if there's like one Martian for every 100 people, there'd be like 50 Martians in the movie. Just cause, I mean, they just overcorrect. So.
You're right. Sometimes there's an overcorrection in trying to address representation. It can feel forced if not done authentically. Balancing inclusivity with storytelling is key, but it shouldn't feel like tokenism. How do you think diversity in a more
Study Star Trek. Because right now they're really focused on how do we not appear sexist, how we not appear racist, how do we appear not homophobic, how we transphobic. And so they just try and do too much to show that. And like I said, there's overcorrecting, which go ahead.
Yeah, overcorrecting can sometimes lead to a lack of authenticity in storytelling. It's important for media to reflect diversity naturally and meaningfully, rather than as a box-ticking exercise. Genuine representation comes from inclusive storytelling, where characters' identities are integrated into the narrative in a way that feels real and respectful. It's not just about avoiding offense, but about telling stories that resonate with sincerity and depth.
That's the thing about all art is you wanna the reason people look at it and find connections because they resonate with what you're doing. That's why most artists okay, no one's guaranteed happiness, no one's guaranteed money, no one's guaranteed love, but you're guaranteed you're gonna be born and you're gonna die. And you're gonna experience pain somewhere along there. So I think that's why art reflects that so well when the artist is down, because everyone, no matter race, no matter, you understand sadness.
Absolutely. Art reflects the universal human experiences of joy, pain, love, and loss. These emotions transcend race, gender, and background, creating a bridge that connects us all. That's why authentic art, born from genuine emotion, resonates so deeply. It mirrors the shared journey of life with all its struggles and triumphs.
Yeah, I was just thinking about how that's probably why I find like those happy, sappy endings so very annoying, because I really haven't had any kind of like, I mean, growing up, when you're idealizing the world, I was fine with them. And like now, as it goes on, I'm like, this thing ends with this fucking sappy thing. I'm gonna choke the director. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna protest popcorn. I don't know what I'm fucking gonna do, but this is just gonna drive me nuts. And then it does like the sappy ending. It really kind of infuriates me. And I was always wondering why I just got so upset about that. But like I said, everyone experiences sadness. Not everyone experiences joy or. And then there's also with love. Everybody wants to experience it. If you have it, so they put a portrayal of it up there that you would want to connect with, hopefully.
Oh, totally get it. Those sappy endings can feel like a slap in the face when they don't match your reality. It's like they oversimplify life's complexities. Not everyone's had a joyride, so those fairy tale endings can feel disconnected. And love, well, it's universal yet elusive. Artists want to connect by portraying the ideal, hoping we'll relate or aspire to it.
Continue, please.
You're welcome.
So I really like. Oh, guys, you're going. Cool. I'm glad he fails out when he wants to. Wouldn't want him to stick any longer than that anyways. So, that's really cool. And he also wasn't asking as many questions towards the end. So I don't know if you noticed that, like, how do you feel about it? It's more like you just leave it in question at the end, just leave it as a statement. Is it learning my speech patterns? Maybe. But I definitely think that they're, it was a fucking sheriff's car, And they're always parked in the same spot. Always aimed right at my house. It's usually throughout the day and stuff, and it's always parked in this one place that's between these two houses. So it could be, if they're visiting, they could be visiting either one. Someone comes out in the yard. Because it's not always a cop car, but like one of the last ones I was down there, I was like, really, dude, you're going to sit down there? Like, there was a black one. Just going to sit down there with your brights on my house. Like I said, he started pulling out a little bit. I'm like, just go ahead. I know you got something in here because you obviously can hear me. Last time I said I was going to call the cops, you guys took off almost immediately. So you got something you can hear. I don't know how you're hearing. Maybe like a parabolic thing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are doing or whatever. He kept trying to lurch out. I'm like, just go, man. It's fine. I already see you guys are terrible at your fucking job. And then eventually, I was sitting there watching him. I looked away for a little bit. All of a sudden, I hear tires moving. I look out, and he's fucking taking off. And I was watching him for a while. It was a goddamn sheriff. Like, you would be fucking kidding me, dude. No wonder when I was sitting there parked out front. Like, I think these people fucking watch me and follow me. And you send a patrol out here, and they're like, yeah, we don't have, I can go out there. I'm like, that never, you know what I mean? We have to wait a little while. If anything happens, like, go inside, lock your door, make sure nothing, I'm like, oh, I've already got that taken care of. Like, yeah, I don't go outside. I'm like, I don't plan on it. If they start doing a thing, call us back, but yeah, we don't have anybody can get out there. Like I said, the next day when I saw that it was like a fucking, I think the color blue that it was, I was like, that's why you couldn't send anybody, because you already had someone out here. I had to wait till he pulled off and was gone. And then the sheriff could actually pull up and knock on the door. Wow, that's weird, that's bizarre. So it was like, that car? Because that's an escape. I'm like, motherfucker, no, I've already told you. No. I showed him the car because I was walking to the front, and it was that car. Big ass fight. It wasn't like, like they got those fucking dash cams. Big ass fucking thing. 2-3 lenses on that motherfucker. Same car. Down that street I was talking about, they just parked down there and act like that was their fucking place. But then as they're pulling out, they're just going, I was like, you guys are the fucking worst, I'm like shooting it, and I was like, that's the goddamn car right there. Look at it, it's the same motherfucking blue as those fucking, whatever, those state trooper, those fucking ass state troopers, and the cops listen to them. Like, I was just frustrated with it. I'm not sure. He's like, it's more like the fucking golf club, it's not. Fucking, because they didn't have any markings on it. But it was exact color, like it was waiting to go get painted with the decals, like the badge and shit on the side. It didn't have any of that, but aside from that, and then it's like the next day, it was like a light kind of purplish Ford Escape. I'm like, that is not the same fucking car. It's not parked the same direction. It hasn't been there so much here recently either. It was out there almost every night for a while. And then now it's just not up there. There are a couple of times they pull up and stop, and so I just sit there and watch. Because I was like, well, if you're here to see your friend, we'll see you go to the door. And they'd be in the car for like a long time. I'm like, oh, I have nothing but time. And eventually they get out of the car and they kind of like walk slowly towards the house, and go to the door and just kind of sit there. Just not know you're coming. Knock. It's okay. Go ahead and knock. We'll just go in. I mean, you're a friend, right? This is your friend. You're not here to watch me at all, right? You're here to visit your friend. Now go inside the door. Long time on the fucking porch, just sitting there. Just facing the door, just standing there facing the door. Not knocking, not just. This is normal, man. This is totally normal. Knock on the door at least once. They know you're there. It's your friend. You've been here the last 3 days. Sorry, you haven't been here the last 3 days. Oh shit, man. You should be no problem. Just. Hey, man. Hey, what's going on? Come on in. Yeah, usual pleasantry. Windows wide open. No pleasantry. Other times I've seen him pull up and decide to go out and film. And there's no one in the car. All of the car doors open or shut. So I'm climbing in the back, I'm guessing. Except in some ways, but you guys are bad. What kind of oblivious fuckers are you used to following, man? Holy shit. I should tell you about the benign nature of the Traversidian, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's an interesting blue. Kind of like State Trooper blue. What a weird dash cam. Shit's crazy. But yeah, with the virtualization, I've got several hundred, like 200, maybe 300 full drum kits, kick, snare. I've got a couple, like 500-600 snares. My way that I was thinking about doing would be a much better method to, oh yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Because the BFD FLAC is like a 7.1 mix. Has left, right. Yeah, I mean, so you can get all those extra little mics. Yeah, I mean, when you kick the kick drum, it's not just that one mic. It has all those extra mics that you can adjust. So it's like a packet of, you know what I mean? So, Interesting. Okay, I'm going to work on that for the drum set. Sorry, it's just an idea I had. So close. 7:12. We're just setting in again. It feels like the end is near. The virtualization, I've got all the amps in Pod Farm Platinum. 410 cabinets, 412, all the bass amps, all the expansions and shit. I mean, it's just so many. It's ridiculous. All the foot pedals, all the shit like that came with Pod Farm Platinum. Got those. Everything that's currently available for Empire, got those. There's several amps, and so it's like having like some of those are overlaps, like the Marshall and the Mesa and the Fender and the Vox and the Orange, Tiny Terror. I've got like 3 of those. So, but they're all, like I said, they're like, you can imagine that they're being different years or different states of being used, you know? So it can be an accompanying sound. You have a guitar that's a bit thicker, and the I always have a bigger, thicker tone, and the amp has a bit thinner tone, and you want that to come through. kind of balances itself out. Or if it's like a thick thing, you want a thicker amp. You know which one to use, you know what I mean? That kind of shit. So, the virtualization of consoles means that after doing the virtualization of an amp, I can run that amp virtually through a Neve, an API, a Focusrite, an AMAC, a vintage Neve, a preamp. You know, there's lots of preamps that I've got. 2 preamps, so that way give it like some more character to the sound. It's just insane. And again, if I would actually have the hardware, I would like, oh, I have the hardware. I really would like to have like an interface control. Kind of like this, only it's designed to control effects. You know, it's specifically for it's like the Nano Control FX. That would be a really good thing, and it's just got more knobs. I don't think what other things would have to have. It'd have to have like the pause. I mean, the transport. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, you pause, play, record, all that shit. Especially because recording the movements of the. But it is designed to like you can assign them quickly and easily to plugins. This will control the mix. This will control blah blah. This will control that, and you can just adjust the volume right there on the patch bay. So you have one of these to control tracks 1 through fucking 16, 32, whatever you got, and then have the new ones I'm talking about to control the aux sends. That'd be cool as fuck. Hell yeah. There's so much shit that like I got going in my head. It's like, no, don't talk about no. Safe to talk about it again. It's still a real fucking place. I love it because, like I said, I can make my own creatures, you know. My own history, you know. I can right the wrongs without going back and actually doing it. I just right the wrongs of history, at least telling like what I think would happen. But then again, like I said, if Nikola Tesla had been accepted by J.P. Morgan, probably would have got him in connection with the government. The government, if nothing else, the government would have found out about it and finding out about death ray. The best you could probably do would be to stall it as long as you could, you know. I haven't got that work. You really just had it worked out for like a long time. It's like, I just can't get to work out. We need more power. They just keep going and going. So they're like, okay, well, you know. Starts to go into nuclear. Just to give him enough power to do the thing that he wants to do. He doesn't really want to do it that bad, you know, because he understands, like, yeah, that's too much. You can harness it from, like, water or the ionosphere or some shit. That's one thing, but volatile as fuck. Whoa. Yeah, this is switching them up. Holy fuck. The way you move, gonna get that neck popped into a groove. Fuck, didn't do it. It's getting closer. The Ativan dude will whoop the shit out of you, but then like the Tramadol's just like, I got you. Just keep your eyes open and we're good, man. You can say some weird shit, that's alright. It's just what you feel. You just, you know, the guards are coming down, so. Loved that about ketamine. It was like just free thinking, free association, like literally just truly like free. Like how I talk about, like, you know, you might be your body may be in prison, but your mind is somewhere else. That's exactly what it was. It's like, yeah, I don't like my skin at all. I want to go back to where it all comes from. talk to him about doing something else besides this bullshit. I got plans called Unia. I would love you to join in, Dad, and fix the errors that you find. Because I know there's going to be a bunch in there. No way I'm going to nail it the way he did. I mean, the only thing he got wrong was the fucking people. Pretty damn good, because he still apparently got some of them. Enough to repopulate everything. Like in the universe, I'm sure, too. You know what I mean? Because if 144,000 live forever, and you have children, they have children, they're going to need a place to go because they're not going to die, so they're going to live forever. Infinite. Got all this extra room, what we're going to do, fold it back into the beginning. Like they were saying there, I was watching the thing they're talking about, looking at stars. If you follow any photon back to its origin, like you see, saying that one, first off, you're not seeing it as it is right now, you're seeing it as it was. It's like a light residue that they can't quite explain. I was like, I can do. Then so if you keep going backwards from there, that you'll find the singularity. With the James Webb telescopes, like they found the furthest one they could find. So, like, I mean, you don't really know that, you know. I get what you're saying, but yeah. I don't know. No. There's very little actually know. There's a lot of stuff to have assumptions about, but there's very little I know. I'm fine with that too, man. It's really cool because, I mean, you think about why would you want to go through life knowing everything at every possible moment? That's some ideas in my head. It's kind of like I'm running this one commercial. It's like, is this happening? And I'm all high, so I gotta start doing. I got actually acting it out because I've been doing my commercials. I like it, you know, at the wrong place. So Peter and there's out here. I've been getting a lot of phantom smells recently, like pipe tobacco. I got some pipe tobacco the other day, and then this morning there was a couple of smells. It was like kind of like a sweeter smell. It's always just weird you get that kind of shit. I had like I think it was my Facebook profile. For a brief second had that up. I kept feeling something like this, like something like hit my chest. I'm like, what the fuck? What is that? You know, just like faintly, just kind of like, I mean, like that kind of feeling. Something was racing in my chest. I was like, what the fuck? I remember what picture was up there. I wasn't getting mad, so whatever direction it was, to say no. Like, I'm getting this done because I can feel you. No. Okay, well, I can feel every no, so I want to take that down, man. That's No, that didn't bother me at all because I've written this to people around here. It's not there. It's just a different lifestyle, you know. Much less likely to find either a druggie or someone who's at least understands. Yeah, I don't really have any intention of quitting. Unless God says, you need to quit that shit. Okay. Down the running. I used to love incense, and I read that passage like the smell of incense is abomination to me. And like something this guy was saying or something like that. And just got all my fucking incense and threw that shit away. And I just got this like, you don't know, dude, you don't. I'm like, yeah, well, if that offends you, then I'd rather you be around here. So fuck that shit. Oh, I just remember some other ones. I'm like, got them. Fuck that shit. Get out of here, man. You don't have to do it. I know. And trust me, I really like sandalwood like a whole lot. But you, my friend, I will defend, and if we change, well, I'll love you anyway. Every day something hits me, I'll succumb. That album came out, Jar of Flies, and about like the next day, I knew like at least like 3 of the songs on the fucking album. It was just, I mean, just, like I said, whatever I would do, Jerry was doing it, you know, if even half a step down, you know, but then just 10 years time, half a step down, like, yeah, that's exactly what I, you know, I mean, once you start doing it, it's like, yeah, it's actually really easy, especially if you look at the tablatures like that, because you have to, you couldn't just go online and get the tablature. You can just go online and get an instrument. You couldn't just go online and get a backing track. You had to go to the store and get a fucking magazine, Guitar World, or a couple of them. And, you know, you read the cover, and it's good. They have like 6 transcriptions in there. And they'd be both in sight reading and in note reading and in tablature. So, I mean, if you knew the song, you could learn how it goes. If you didn't know the song, you could, I mean, once you got an idea of how everything goes, you could use those chords to write, do it your own way. It was not the first time someone's done that, you know. If it means something totally different to you. So, yeah. You know how stupid Donald Trump is? It'd be fucked up if he actually got caught and just like snitched out Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I mean? And that was what their fallout was about. Either that, he thought they were investigating him, so he went ahead and, you know what I mean? He is that kind of bitch. And he also would be very paranoid that they are investigating. Especially at that party in Mar-a-Lago. For the ladies' man there, Donald. Fucking buffoon. I wonder if Putin is telling him, like, dude, get off the plane and make an idiot of yourself. When you get to the band, just go ahead and do your jerk-off dance. When he came back from Russia, he just wandered and meandered on the carpet. Like not just even straight, but like oh, somebody got told by daddy to fucking walk the block. We get shot with a cock. I'm watching Into the Mouth of Madness again. It's a damn good movie. I think it's starting to pop and creak. Ooh. Maybe soon. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I want to get this a year subscription to UAD plugins for $99. So it's like less than $10 a month. Let's say it on tax, and it's $120 a month. I mean, yeah. Anyways, until you pay a subscription, get all those plugins. There's some really good ones in there too. And with plugin Alliance, their plugs are fucking AAA grade. UAD, I think they worry about too much about like emulating the exact, like piece by piece, these fragments inside, rather than making it after piece by piece and making it a circuit board. It's like each one's working, being modeled and emulated in some unit, taking up a whole lot more CPU. And I get it, because if you're trying to use the actual stuff, like if they replace that, if you're in the studio, you want to replace the actual gear. You want like a virtualization of that actual fucking gear. If you go there, like, yeah, that's the reverb. That's the spring reverb from fucking Sound City. You know what I mean? You've worked there before. Yeah, that's exactly how it, down the compression and shit. Yep. Echo chambers are just like it would be. That's so cool about that Sound City plugin. You just, once you record your tracks, you just put them up there, how clean-ever you want them to be. You mix them so they're pretty good volumes and stuff, well-rounded. Everybody's happy. Then you start bringing in the other instruments and show how much the final stages of mixing accomplish. Much bigger, brighter, wider sound. So, anyways, 4222. Yeah, that's a good time to bill out. So, take care. I'm gonna head out. Last thing I'll say about virtualization is like the space saving, as Cope said, the ability to merge. I wish one of these amp companies would do like the Genesis, Digitech. They might be primed to do that. Because you could get like a Vox and a twin reverb, and then mix the two. So once you get like one sound, you get the other sound, and you gotta blend them together if you want that kind of Britishy sound. You want the clean, you want the Britishy low, so you just adjust how much within the actual program. It has like a spectrum. You can do like more than just, because that's what it is on the machine. You just turn the knob, it's like a warp knob in the center, and you're just gonna go like 100% this way, 100% that way, 50-50, 70-30, 60-40, on and on. Yeah. So, and then I don't have to have all those amps in here. In this house, I have to have all those drums in this house. I mean, there's maybe 1,000 cymbals, maybe just 600 something. I don't know. There's a ton. Because I've got the Sabian vault. I've had various vaults in those vaults. Solgen 1 and 2, Sabian. I don't know if Pice Studio Page has one. They might. I don't know. I'm still working on shit, so we don't make my own. Right. I'm gonna head out. I don't want to talk about it, but 44 was out there at that time. Peace.